This is the planet humans have been dreaming about for thousands of years. And the craziest part? Within the next 10 to 20 years, any one of us could actually set foot on it. Yes, I'm talking about Mars, the red planet. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Earth is already so beautiful. Why do we even need to go to Mars? Well, I asked myself the exact same question. And when I found the answer, it blew my mind. See, there's a terrifying reality we all need to understand. Earth won't stay safe forever. 66 million years ago, a massive asteroid wiped out the entire dinosaur population in a single impact. Just imagine if something like that happened today. Human civilization would vanish in an instant. That's why the world's top scientists and visionaries are saying we must become a multi-planetary species. We need to live on more than one planet, or our future is in serious danger. Now, a fascinating question arises. If we have to go to another planet, why Mars? Look at our solar system. We have 8 planets, and most of them are either blistering hot, freezing cold, or they don't even have a solid surface, like Jupiter and Saturn, which are just massive balls of gas. Take Venus, our closest neighbor. The temperature there reaches 450 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead, and its atmosphere is packed with sulfuric acid clouds that can dissolve anything. Basically, going to Venus means instant death. Mars, on the other hand, is a lot like Earth in many ways. A day on Mars is 24 hours and 37 minutes, which is almost identical to ours. It has changing seasons just like Earth. Mars has a solid surface we can walk on and build structures on. There's even water, frozen at the poles and trapped beneath the soil. And most importantly, it's relatively close, about 140 million miles away on average. But here is where the real challenge begins. Getting to Mars and surviving there is anything but easy. A rocket trip from Earth to Mars takes about 7 to 9 months. Because both planets orbit the Sun at different speeds, we have to launch during a specific window that opens only once every 26 months. This means if a mission leaves for Mars and something goes wrong, there is no turning back. You're stuck out there for months. That's exactly why some people call a mission to Mars a one-way ticket. Imagine you finally arrived on Mars. You open the spacecraft door and look out. The first thing you see is a vast crimson desert stretching out in every direction. Mars is called the red planet because its soil is packed with iron oxide, essentially rust, which gives it that signature color. Look up at the sky, and instead of Earth's familiar blue, you'll see an eerie pinkish-brown horizon. But the climate is brutal. The atmosphere on Mars is incredibly thin, just 1% of Earth's. And what little atmosphere there is 95% carbon dioxide, which is toxic to us. If you took off your spacesuit, you would lose consciousness in 15 seconds and you'd be dead within 2 minutes. Simply put, surviving on Mars for even a single minute without specialized equipment is impossible. When it comes to temperature, Mars averages a freezing minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's so cold that Antarctica would feel warm by comparison. At times, the temperature drops to minus 193 degrees Fahrenheit. A deep freeze harsh enough to instantly freeze your blood. Then there's the radiation problem, which is incredibly severe. On Earth, our magnetic field shields us from dangerous solar and cosmic rays. Mars doesn't have that magnetic protection. Spending just 1 year on Mars exposes you to as much radiation as you would get in 8 years on Earth, massively spiking the risk of cancer. Mars is fundamentally a hostile environment that will try to kill you in every way possible. So, if Mars is so dangerous, why do we want to go there, and how will we do it? Right now, the most ambitious company preparing for Mars is SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk. Musk has made his ultimate goal crystal clear. He wants to build a self-sustaining city on Mars home to 1 million people. Now that sounds totally insane, but when you look at what SpaceX is actually building, that dream starts to look achievable. SpaceX has developed a rocket called Starship, the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. It can carry 100 to 150 metric tons of cargo all the way to Mars. Most importantly, it is fully reusable. Just like an airplane that flies over and over again, this rocket can be launched, landed, and launched again, drastically cutting costs. Launching a traditional rocket used to cost billions, only for it to end up at the bottom of the ocean. Starship changes everything. This technology is what makes a Mars mission genuinely viable. The current plan is to first send uncrewed missions to deliver supplies and equipment. After that, the first human mission will follow, carrying a crew of maybe 10 to 20 astronauts. These first pioneers will be brave souls, knowing very well they might never return. Their job will be to lay down the basic infrastructure, setting up habitats, oxygen generation systems, solar arrays, and water extraction facilities. With the water and food sorted out, you're probably wondering, where exactly will people live? In the beginning, astronauts will live in prefabricated habitats sent from Earth. These will essentially be large, pressurized pods with fully controlled environments, stable temperatures, a steady oxygen supply, and radiation shielding. But shipping everything from Earth isn't a viable, long-term solution. It's just too expensive. That's why scientists are working on a brilliant concept called in situ resource utilization, which basically means building with what's already on Mars. And the best option? Living underground. Building subterranean homes protects residents from radiation and keeps temperatures stable. Just a few meters beneath the Martian surface, the soil absorbs the dangerous radiation, and the temperature stays much more consistent. Connected to this is another wild concept: 3D printed construction. The idea is to send massive 3D printers to Mars that will use the Martian soil itself to print buildings. The soil contains iron and other minerals that can be turned into raw building materials. Robots will be sent ahead of time to do all the heavy lifting, so when humans finally arrive, their infrastructure will be ready and waiting. But how will we get water? Without water, nothing is possible. We need it for drinking, for growing food, and for creating oxygen through electrolysis. We can even process water to manufacture rocket fuel. The great news is that Mars actually has plenty of water. The Martian poles are capped with ice sheets holding millions of cubic miles of water, and there are massive glaciers trapped just a few meters beneath the topsoil. The water is there. We just need the technology to extract it without a planetary magnetic field. Both NASA and SpaceX are on it. The plan is to drill into the ground, melt the ice, purify it, and get it ready for use. Once we secure a reliable water source, half our problems disappear. What about food? There are no McDonald's on Mars, so where does it come from? At first, packaged meals will be shipped from Earth, but that's a temporary fix. Eventually, we have to farm on Mars. The catch is that Martian soil contains toxic chemicals called perchlorates, meaning we can't plant crops directly into the ground. Instead, scientists have mastered techniques like hydroponics and aeroponics, which don't use soil at all. Plants are grown in nutrient-rich water within a controlled environment, using LED lights for artificial sunlight. This technology is already proven. NASA has successfully grown lettuce and other greens right on the International Space Station. Imagine looking at a dome filled with lush green crops, while a barren red desert sits just outside the glass. It's going to be a breathtaking sight. Now let's look at a massive, long-term vision known as terraforming. Terraforming means altering a planet to make it like Earth, thickening the atmosphere, raising the temperature, generating oxygen, and eventually creating an environment where humans can walk around without a spacesuit. It sounds like pure science fiction, but theoretically, it's possible. It'll just take a very long time, likely hundreds or thousands of years. One idea is to detonate nuclear weapons over the Martian poles to melt the ice, releasing massive amounts of water vapor and carbon dioxide into the air. This would trigger a greenhouse effect, warming up the planet. Another idea involves placing giant mirrors in orbit to reflect sunlight onto the poles. A third approach is to build factories that continuously pump out greenhouse gases to thicken the atmosphere. This will be a multi-generational project, completed by our children's grandchildren. Looking at a realistic timeline, SpaceX aims to land the first uncrewed Starship on Mars by the late 2020s. By the 2030s, they want to send the first humans, with the goal of establishing a small colony of about 1,000 people by 2050. NASA's timeline is a bit more conservative, targeting the late 2030s for their first human mission. China is also in the race, planning to send its first astronauts to Mars in the 2030s as well. If we look at the economics, terraforming and settling Mars is an incredibly expensive project. Estimates vary, but putting the first million people on Mars could cost anywhere from $100 billion to $1 trillion. That sounds astronomical, but for perspective, the world spends far more than that on military budgets every single year. The resources exist. We just need to shift our priorities. In the long run, Mars could even become highly profitable. The planet may hold rare minerals that are scarce on Earth, and mining asteroids will be much easier from Mars because it sits right next to the asteroid belt. Plus, the technologies developed for Mars will change life on Earth. Just like the Apollo missions gave us everything from water purification to modern computer chips. So, who actually gets to go to Mars? The earliest missions will consist of highly trained astronauts and scientists executing specific experiments and building infrastructure. But as the colony grows, regular citizens will follow. Elon Musk has stated his goal is to bring the price of a ticket down to the cost of an average house on Earth. Essentially, if you can sell your home, you can afford a ticket to Mars. And the people who go will have real work to do. Because building a brand new world requires every kind of skill set. We'll need engineers, doctors, farmers, and teachers, even artists and musicians. Because a human society needs culture. What will daily life look like on Mars? You'll wake up in your underground home. Instead of a window, a screen will show a live camera feed of the Martian surface because windows don't block radiation. You'll eat a breakfast made from crops grown right there in the hab. Then you'll suit up and head out to work on a construction project. In the evening, you'll hang out at the community center or watch a movie sent over from Earth. You'll be able to stay in touch with people back home, but with a communication delay ranging from 3 to 22 minutes, depending on where the planets are in their orbits. Video calls won't be possible, but texting will work just fine. This brings up some fascinating philosophical questions. Think about the first children born on Mars. Physically and technically, they will be Martians. They will have never seen Earth. Mars will be their only home. Because Martian gravity is only 38% of Earth's, these children will grow up differently. Their bones and muscles will develop uniquely, and after a few generations, Martian humans might look physically distinct from humans on Earth. It will be a brand new chapter in human evolution. Then there's the question of government. What laws will apply on Mars? Right now, we have the Outer Space Treaty, an international agreement stating that no country can claim sovereignty over a celestial body. Mars doesn't belong to anyone. So when a colony forms, whose laws will it follow? Will it be independent or ruled by an Earth government? These questions don't have answers yet, and we likely won't know until the first colony is up and running. Some believe Mars is a chance for a fresh start, a place where we can avoid Earth's past mistakes and build a better society. Let's map out a realistic picture of what the next 50 years could look like. In the 2030s, the first humans will land on Mars, a small team staying for a few months before returning. By the 2040s, a permanent base will be established, staffed by rotating teams of researchers. By the 2050s, we'll see the first true colony, housing a few hundred people. Through the 2060s and 70s, that colony will expand into the thousands. And by the turn of the century, Mars could feature a thriving city of hundreds of thousands of people. It sounds incredibly ambitious, but remember, in 1903, the Wright brothers flew the first airplane. Just 66 years later, in 1969, we walked on the moon. Human progress isn't linear, it's exponential. Ultimately, the colonization of Mars isn't just a scientific achievement, it's a testament to the human spirit. We are the species that walked out of Africa and spread across the globe. We crossed oceans, climbed mountains, and made the impossible possible. Going to Mars is simply the next step in our journey. Some argue we should fix Earth's problems first, and that's a fair point. But history shows that exploring new worlds and solving problems at home always go hand in hand. We don't have to choose one over the other. The next time you look up at the night sky and spot that tiny red dot, remember, within your lifetime there could be cities standing there, full of people living their lives. We belong to the generation that will witness this historic transition, from a single-planet civilization to a multi-planetary future. It's a thrilling time to be alive. Even as I record this, SpaceX is prepping its next Starship test. and NASA is analyzing Martian data. It's all happening in real time, and we get to watch history being made, so that is the epic story of making Mars our next home. A dream that was pure science fiction just a few decades ago, now turning into reality. We are standing right at the edge of tomorrow, watching the future being written. And who knows, maybe one of you listening right now will be among those first Martians to call the red planet home. Because the impossible is only impossible until someone goes out and makes it happen. Keep wondering, keep dreaming. Hey, if you ever make it to Mars, make sure to send me an invite.
Subscribe.